up here. How you guys doing? Hope everybody's doing all right. Got the Senton up there. Yeah, there we go. Hopefully everybody's doing all right. I'm going to kick this thing off here. Yeah, there we go. All right. Hopefully everybody's doing all right. I'm going to kick this thing off here. Yeah, there we go. It's back feeding back and forth. All right, so here we are. All right, guys, let's all do a check-in, see where everybody's at. So I'm kind of curious about that. Got the new little Arma up there. Shinru, what's up? Fern Solo, hey buddy. So what you guys up to besides watching somebody on the internet? Hey everyone, what's up? Addicted to RC. Been making some progress on this crawler. This one, the chassis I showed you guys last week, it's got like that forward chassis. Well, I am making some progress on it. It seems to be fairly neat. Obviously, got a lot more to go on this thing, but regardless, a Capra style axial front drive shaft, a wild bore 8. And I may have to piece something together for the rear, but it's about 12.5-inch wheelbase. So, and I've got the shocks off of Exo1 on here, just testing. So, and pretty sure that this is going to work out pretty good. So, yeah, I ordered more of these shocks from Deluxe Fab. All right. Dot Bunny, it's me, Kiki. Okay. Team Effort, what's up? Yeah, the TRXM 118th. That's a neat little truck, man. I got a feeling there's going to be some awesome little bouncers built off of that, man. I was told that the gearing can be changed fairly quickly on it, so it can actually move a little bit and jump, which is a good thing. Plus, it's a little bit bigger than the 124th, which the one I borrowed, when I was loaned from Texoma RC, was phenomenal. He's got one of mine building it for me, so that's awesome. But this 118th is a little bit bigger. And I'm going after the Bronco one. So, Sebastian Retail, what's up, man? Mitchell Runyons, hey, buddy. Chris Johnson, Team Effort. Jay-Z's RC. Kiki. Oh, the Dot Bunny. You're Kiki. Okay. If it's the Kiki I'm thinking of, hopefully your dad knows you're on. All right. Cozy Fuzzy, what's up? Concrete Sheet, along with the Great Lakes Gauntlet. Man, I heard about that. Maybe one day I'll be able to travel, I'm hoping. Yep, I like that. It's a little bigger too. Bigger screws so I can see the darn things, man. The little 0.5 millimeter screws are tough to get. And my old big fingers don't even want to grab the darn thing, so it's tough. Blake Denley, I did see the SEX6 Honcho. It's just a rebodied SEX6. You know, unless they change something, which I really doubt, other than the body. You know, basically the same thing. Like all the TRX4s out there, you know. Addicted, yes, sir. See, now, Fern, you're talking about the Traxxas video. Man, Traxxas does a video. I may have zero interest in the truck, but once I watch their video, I want it. It's like the Cheyenne, the big Chevy. I want that truck now. But what would I do with it? Ride a wheelie? Have it look pretty on the shelf? I don't know what I would do with it. I'm not going to put it in the mud. Too much in that transmission to get messed up, man. VMB, what's up? Josh Williamson, hey, man. 517 RC, yep. Dwight Ashman, what are the best springs for me to get for my DBXLA 218? Heck, I got my springs. They're only 20% stiffer. I don't know if they have any stiffer ones from that from Dave's RC. Is it Dave's RC, something like that? Yeah, he does all the fifth scale stuff. That was where I found the heavy springs, or the stronger springs from mine. Jackie, what do you think about the Centon 4x4 BLX? That guy right there, man, I drove it, and that video is due up tomorrow. Channel members have already got it. Dude, I kind of beat on it a little bit, but that thing ran great. Aside from the radio, that's got to be changed out, which I've already got my receivers in. Had to order 4 more GT5 receivers. So my one radio with the red that I've been using will be full. It's at 19 now. It's about to be at 20. So I got 3 GT5s, and all of them are almost full. So I have to buy another radio. What Vidavon, Chris Johnson, what Vidavon parts I have it in stock for the Max? I don't think I've got anything in stock for the Max right now. Non-Megantic 0.5, Megantic, non-Megantic. I'm not sure what Megantic is. Jay-Z on technology come to foreign structure cars. Yeah, VMB. Hit them like button. Thank you, VMB. Blake Denley. I think I'm going to get the new body once it comes available to swap between. Yeah, see, Blake, I'm actually thinking about doing something else with mine. Just completely converting it into something else. I mean, it's old enough. I could do that, right? Tim Clark, I tried assembling an Orlando Hunter. Man, I've looked at them things, and I haven't even tried them. Haven't even tried them, man. I don't want to either. Ronnie Creason. Hey, buddy. Carl Durbin, see you at Beat the Creek. Carl, Beat the Creek. Man, there was another event on that very same weekend, and it's at the place where they had the Sorka. Was it, I can't think of the name of the place. Rock City, Alabama. I can't think of the name of it right offhand, but man, they've got a big event going on there, and that's half the distance from me to basically the border of Ohio from Florida. So I'm kind of leaning towards that one. See if I can find the name of that event. I mean, I don't know why they set up on the very same weekend, but it's one of those things, you know. I'm looking down through my message. Yeah, Cherokee Rock Village, October 8th and 9th. The Hall and Crawl. Okay. That'll have to wait. But anyway, the Hall and Crawl. Cherokee Rock Village, that's half the distance. I've got a place to stay right around that area, so I know I've been saying I'm going to go to Beat the Creek and all that, but man, this one right here has got me thinking. I mean, it's a lot closer. Through the deep water. I don't want to, team effort, I don't want to put it through the deep water, man. There's so much in that transmission that's got to be messed with. There's a lot of stuff to get messed up in that transmission. Only with 2.2. See, if I was to get the big Chevy, I'd put the cut boggers off the Rift on it. To me, that's the perfect tire for that truck. Because it kind of reminds me of the old, I don't know, 2003, 2004 Top Truck Challenge when they had the big red Chevy on the 54-inch boggers. That just, man, I've always wanted a truck like that. I built one that was close, but not quite. Sergey Zemlyanko. How do I like the Traxxas Summit? The Summit is neat and it's different. But I don't have one or feel the need to get one. But it's a neat truck, and if you build it right, it can be pretty tough. At least mine was when I had it a few years ago. What's the difference between 1250 kV and 1650 kV? 400 kV. Hey Joe, what's up, Discovery RC? Guys, for pressing them lights. Carl Durbin, what's your favorite RC to run on my track? A favorite RC to run on my track, I would probably say probably the Typhon. I mean, it's just a fun, awesome vehicle, man. Joe, do you have Vidavon high clearance links? I don't have any in stock, but I did order a set. I could probably get another set on this order, but let me put my email address up here so you guys can contact me. Yeah, I put the order in this morning. I can add to it. Now keep in mind, it might take a little bit longer to get directly from me because of the size of my orders. It takes them a while to get them. So, because he's got to make all the orders and all that stuff, so it takes him a while. So it'd be faster to order directly through Arthur. I saw your Armor Centon 3S. Man, dude, I'm liking the little Centon. I don't think I should trade my Exceed Mega Cross for a Traxxas Summit. If somebody wants to trade you your Exceed for it, I would probably do it. Do you think tacos should have a right to vote? If tacos were sentient beings and they were here legally, then absolutely. Chaos RC, good day from Australia. There you go. Hey, buddy. Oh, man, I had to replace all my turrets for bearings, go through creeks. Man, 517, I'm telling you, man, water gets into everything. Everything. I hate it when I got to hose my vehicles off when I clean them up from in the back. Sorry, baby. Can't talk right now. I was actually texting my wife. Sorry, guys. What's the best fast servo under $35? Oh, man, I would say that 25 kg Pro, but that's about 40 bucks. But, man, I had a little bit of an issue with that thing on that last run, the speed run, where I got 15.5, by the way. But, yeah, I got another servo in that right now that I just need to get out there. Do you think I can fit Axial AR-44 on my Ecto, Sebastian? Yeah, you can. You should be able to get the rotation correct. It should be. I have a speed run video coming out tomorrow afternoon on a GS Storm. I don't even know what a GS Storm monster truck is. Dan Woodruff, hey buddy. Steve G, how you doing, buddy? Haven't gotten up there. I'm talking 20. Oh boy. Steve, you take care of yourself. Don't worry about any rocks, buddy. Don't worry about any of that stuff. You go take care of yourself. Even stuff with marine grease, yeah. Should we have a great day? Can't wait to see what you have planned next. VMB, yeah, buddy. Kind of hungry for taco. Let me tell you a taco story. All right. About maybe a month ago, I was hungry for a taco. Yeah, so I got in my car and I went up to Taco Bell and I ordered 6 of their Doritos nacho tacos. You know, man, it was like $18 for 6 tacos. Nuts. Yeah, it was kind of crazy. Go ahead and bring this down since it's my newest creation. Or newest purchase, put it that way. Bus Nut 33, I see you. What's up, buddy? And I've already driven it once. Now I'll just give you guys a bit more of a review in case you want to hear about it. I got to tell you, in my opinion, and I'm noticing this quite a bit. I know there's a thing when it comes to, especially YouTubers, you know, those guys and different people, they get something and they immediately want to add power to it. Power, big power. Now, the X-Max needs a little bit of a power boost. It really does. But this right here, believe it or not, has got plenty of power from me. 2S, 3S. I mean, considering most of my running on this truck is going to be on the track. This is perfect. I'm kind of curious as to what I can get for times on it. Especially once I actually drive it a little bit and get the GT5 in there. I think I'll be all set. But the tires hook up absolutely great. They're also good in the grass. They hooked up great in the grass, so hopefully they'll hold up. What I have noticed is that over time, once you expand the tires and all, they'll break down and they'll get worse and worse and worse, and then they'll pop. Team effort, this is the 4-wheel drive. Got the little drive shaft in there. So, I was actually surprised at the little ESC. It actually took it. I think sand got into the Pro. I don't know. I haven't taken the Pro Servo apart. I actually gave it to a buddy of mine, and he actually went through it. He found a couple bearings messed up in the back end of it, so he got those taken care of. Got new diff oils, 5K front, 500K center, and 5K in the rear. So we'll have to see if that changes my times a little bit. I knew you were going to get into the 15S. The 15s, yeah. Man, I cannot believe it. It was a bad run. It really was. It was just a lucky lap. However, I backed the 15.5 up with two 16.1s. So that kind of legitimizes the 15.5 in my opinion. So, yeah. And in all honesty, I believe the way the rain has been going, tomorrow should be like the prime time to set new lap records. But I got to work, so I probably won't have a chance to, really get out there on the track. I'm gonna try it too. So Fern Solo, yeah, you can. I made some tacos one night for the wife and the daughters, and they said I tried to kill them. They were good to me. I meant direct. Okay, I missed your comment, Chris. I was off on a tangent. Oh, how can you get a hold of Arthur direct? Email me and I'll email you his email address. But yeah, you can PM him on Facebook and the Vidavon groups and all that stuff. You can PM directly on there, or you can send him an email. Yeah, Mike, the stock wheels are fine. They're 14 millimeter hexes, which in my opinion is a great thing, but it kind of makes it hard to get. Now, Power Hobby, they've actually got a nice supply of 14 millimeter hex wheels. So might be something to think about, but so far the stock tires are fine for me. The metal arms on the Arma. Man, I like those metal arms on there, and I never thought I would, Big bore shocks, huh? Like probably 1/8 scale shocks. Well, the goal for this one is to be sensible with it and to only do the mods that I need to do. I don't want to go crazy with it with a big old castle system or a $150 servo. I don't want to get into that. I like to keep it, reasonable, close to this, because it stays light. Now, what I do have to do, when you guys see the video tomorrow, you'll see this thing parachute. It'll jump up, it just catches the air, and it just kind of floats. So I got to do some cutouts on this thing. I got to let the air out. But there's no cage or anything in the body, which is fine because it keeps it light up top, which is what you want. But I got to let the air out of this thing because it just gets up there and floats like it's falling off of a plane, parachuting down. It just floats. And when it floats, it doesn't just float and glide. It floats and does this number. Even when you hit the brakes and all that stuff, you can hit the brakes and control it a little bit. Maybe I have to hit reverse in the air, but man, that would be a heck of a shock load on the plastic driveline if I was actually hit with the tires going like that. So anyway, I don't know. Deteriorating spine and pinched nerves every time walking. Still crawling on my Gen 7. Mud on the rocks. Gary, stay with it, buddy. Because if you stop moving, I think it's just going to get worse. Got to continue trying to move. Pretty fast. RT66, man. I'm really happy with it. I've only driven it one time so far. The next time I'll have a GT5 in it. But I'm really happy with how the truck is. Right out of the box, in all honesty. All right, Chris, that'll work. All right, Fern, catch you later. Bust nut. You literally live about 5 minutes away. And you've only been over here one time. Uh-huh. I hear you. Come on out and show me how to drive. I'm all for it. All for it. And bring your 8S Outcast too. I'll actually run mine, which I haven't run mine in a long time. Steve G. Carl Derwin, your 12S Raminator video is awesome. I want to convert mine, working on making the kit myself using a Max 4 with a 1. Carl, there are people that have an adapter to fit that motor, but I believe it gets rid of the clutch. And although I actually have a 560 and a brand new Max 4 sitting right there, I really like the clutch in the Raminator. It really makes it smooth, you know? Even though I've taken the springs off of it, it has that just a little bit of give to it. It really makes it a smooth running truck. JD, I purchased, I believe it was a 12 millimeter screw, but you got to remember, those servos, they take a 3.5 millimeter screw. It's not a 3 millimeter. It's not a 4 millimeter. It's an oddball 3.5. So you got to order some 3.5 millimeter screws to make that servo saver work. And then you got to drill the servo saver out to fit that 3.5. You would think, okay, it's just 0.5 millimeter. There has to be clearance for it. No, there's not. You got to drill through the servo saver to make that work. That's one of the, I don't know why they went 3.5 millimeter on the bolts. They should have just stayed regular 3 millimeter and called it a day. But, you know, I don't design those things. About 50 grams in weight. About 50 grams, that's it. Got a little bit of space right there. I guess I could put some weight. I don't know. Maybe I'll try to weight it down. But first, rather than adding weight, because that just adds stress to everything, I want to try to take the air out of the body if I can. KV relates to RPMs. Expect about 33% more. Okay. I must have missed another comment down in there. Austin, I just had everything stolen from me. Over $6 grand of stuff. Oh, geez, dude. Have you posted up in all your local groups and all that? Have them look on your on Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace that's local in your area? Because if they stole all that, they're probably going to try to sell it. Go to your local pawn shops and put the word out, you know. Dang, that's a lot. Guy Spencer, countdown to USTE. That's correct. I have no idea what I'm bringing. I cannot bring it all. I could get like 4 booths and set up my own walkthrough museum. No intentions to quit until I can't no more. Yeah, buddy. Ben Snyder, TRX4NM. Yep, I am too. I am too. I'm ready to get it. I like that it's got a straight axle. Hopefully that's a sign that we're going to get more straight axle trucks out of Traxxas. I mean, I don't know how they would have put together a little portal that would have actually held up, but with such small stuff, but I guess it's possible. But straight axles, that was neat. Claude, yeah, man. Thank you, J4. I can drive well for about a lap and a half, and then something happens and I crash like a... That usually happens to me, but I got to, you know, learn how to drive and not do the walk of shame. Just drill and tap the 4 millimeters, or would that be... Bust nut. These servos are $380 and $460 per servo. I don't want to go drilling on these things. Can it be done? Yeah, probably. But then the servo horns and all that, none of them are meant for a 4 millimeter screw to go through that. It's kind of a stretch to get the 3.5 through there. But it's really hard. The last time I got my 3.5s, I had to order them. I think they came from the UK on eBay is where I found them. It takes a little while to get the screws in. I can't wait to see more pics of the SCX6 honchos. yeah, the SCX6 honcho appears to be true. It's going to happen. Okay, Austin. Yeah, just keep a check with all of them guys, man. That's hopefully you got pictures. Show them your pictures and stuff like that. I mean, where are you at, Austin? I mean, what general part of the country are you in? Maybe just give us a city. You know, maybe there's enough people will see this video and they'll be on the lookout for you. We don't post an address or anything like that. Killing plans. New tires on the Typhon. Now the tires, well, the Typhon is actually over at my buddy's house right now. He went through it for me today. I've got the J Concepts Magmas, and dude, they are awesome. Really awesome. They hook up great on this Florida sandy dirt, man. Really good out there. We're going to open up the fake vents on the Centum body. Lets the air out slowly. Yeah, I want the air to come out fast, like on an e-buggy, you know. They don't generally get air. The walk of shame. Yeah, we all get the walk of shame, man. It's when we look around and say, hey, is there anybody standing around? You know, so if there's somebody standing around, we'll all start flagging them, trying to wave them over to try to do some corner marshaling for us. I've done a lot of corner marshaling out there. You know, they'll all be racing, and I'll just go find a shady spot and just stand in it and wait for everybody to crash, and I'll go get them. Guy Mears, catch you later. 36 likes with almost 70 watching. Yeah, I'm seeing 69 people watching and 42 likes. Addicted to RCS. Joe, where? China. I believe around the Hong Kong area. Last click, y'all. Like, click, y'all. All right. So, I got a video to put up for the channel members tonight. It's just a simple video. I actually went out and tested the Hovo batteries. Hovo, Iovo, the 5500 milliamp 4S, and yeah, they ran pretty darn good. So I got a good run in it. Even water skipped the X-Max a little bit. It was a small puddle, but it still stayed on top. And when I finished up, I don't believe I said it in the video, but they were about 9%. So they got a pretty good run on them. Can the LMT do flips on that wall you got set up? I'm sure it can. I just haven't tried it. Oh, Hovo has batteries that fit the UDR? B Flinch, I haven't had a 4x4 Slash in quite a while. The reason I did not get the Slash is it's such an old platform at this point in time. And this is a newer platform. So that's kind of the reason I chose this. And in all honesty, these tires are way better than what I've ever seen on a Slash out the door. So lots of plastic, lots of flex, lots of give. So far, I'm happy with it. I believe I can get metal axle shafts for these, can't I? I believe I can get metal ones for that. How much each for the batteries? Heck, I think they're only about $70 a battery. So, we'll look them up again. 3S52 soft pack. Nice. All right, yeah, I'll have to look on my Amazon to get you the price on those. All right, team. Thank you. What's up, Brian? Now, I did test the Arma, the other Arma 3S truck. The little truggy looking one. Like they tried to copy the Rustler. But, can't think of the name of that one. But it had these plastic shafts. And one of the bolts came out of it. And I had to take it off and put it back together. That was the only issue that I've had out of this style of axle or drive shaft per se. But yeah, they didn't break though. What's up, Brian? Justin, I know it's been asked before, best way to clean these RC cars and trucks. I hate to do it, but sometimes I have to use water, air hose, WD-40, and then more air hose. I'd rather not use water, but sometimes when I'm in the backyard, things get really bad. It's a big promise, you know, parachuting. Yeah. Nick Mo, what do you think of bushings on the TRX 4M? Bushings, they add resistance to the driveline. However, you don't have to worry about them locking up too much. Usually they're bronze bushings, hopefully. I haven't looked into it that deep. But if there's bushings throughout the entire thing, then you can be best assured that there's somebody's going to make a bearing kit for it. Jacob Henson, what's up, buddy? Yeah, the Granite, but this was the little race truck looking one. So the central expandable drive shaft that collapses so you can get the transmission out is a weak point. So far, mine's straight. I use silicone spray for mine. I'm not sure what's the best thing. Yeah, I don't know what's it. Did Vidavon fix the fitment of the drive cup? Yes, J4Q, they did. J4, yeah, J4. Yes, they did fix all the clearance issues. All that's been taken care of. The Vortex team effort, that's it. I've only got like one video on that. Vortex, Nick Mo, yeah, man, you guys are on it. I wish it wasn't such a delay so I could see you guys more in real time. Hey, hello, RT. Yep, you guys are all right with the Vortex, that's for sure. Shinryu X. Man, see, I have a MyLapse timing system here, and I want to hook that up. Even if nothing else, to let it call out the lap times, you know, just something like that, which I think would be pretty darn cool, but there's no way I want to hook it up right now with the unforecastable rain that we get right here in Florida. But I do want to hook that up. You know, I think that would be cool to have up there while everybody's running, racing, and all that. But I don't want the serious element of racing here. I want to be able to take this out and race against your buggy. If you've got your X-Max on there, I want to be able to put my Creighton on there. You know, if you got your Typhon out there and I've got my Mojave ready to go, let's go run. That's the kind of racing that we do. But I will tell you this, as much as I like Traxxas, I really do, Arma pretty much owns that track back there. I mean, when I have a big group back here, man, we have a fleet of the Arma Typhons. I mean, just a fleet of these things. It's amazing. RC Daily, thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. My nose has been stuffy lately. It really has been quite a bit. Been hawking up, not hawking up, but blowing some gigantic boogers. Sorry, guys. I'll get back on topic. But yeah, I am a little bit stuffy. Been stuffy for just about a week. Bust nut. Yeah, I have helped out quite a bit on a few different parts and pieces. Ken and Mark, do you get the new SCX6? I'm not planning to get the new SCX6. I believe it's the same exact thing with a new body on it. And I've got mega money invested in mine. So I really don't see a need in getting a new one unless I want to do like a stock versus modified or something. And even then I could probably borrow one that's local for that. I'm sure the Slash Ultimate would run good on there. I don't know that I've even seen anybody with a Slash on there. Forest Fire Smoke, that's kind of rough. Epic RC, what's up, man? ABKZ, the home of the fat line. Good tires for the DBXLE. Oh boy. The Pro Line Badlands, but you got to get the spacers, at least a 1-inch spacer on that to get them out there. I'm probably going to end up throwing down about $350 on. There's these other tires. Supposedly they can take it, but you got to buy the tire, the wheel, the hub, all that stuff separately for it. It's about $340 when I priced them out about 3 months ago. And I was like, I'm not paying that for tires. Well, I did pay $340 for the tires for the Raminator, so I guess I will. But most guys go with the Proline Badlands for the X-Max. They drill out the holes and bolt them on. See, I would have to get a Slash 4x4. I'm not saying it's out of the question, you know. I mean, it might happen. I got this. How much is a Slash 4x4 VXL? I haven't even looked that up. See, I had a Slash many years ago, but it actually had an aftermarket chassis on the thing, and it was like a double layer chassis is what it was, and it was kind of weird. But I did have a Slash years ago. Have I had a brand new Slash? No. Austin Thrill Kill. All right, so you're looking for a basher. You're talking about a Losi SBR 2.0 or DBXLE. Okay, if you're talking at the $1,000 price range, take a good look at the X-Max. I mean, what exactly do you want to do out of your basher? You want it to have a more scale appearance, desert running, or do you want to do backflips and cartwheels? So comment that one, see what you want about that, because the X-Max is one of the toughest RTRs out there. Granted, they can use a little more power, but what's your opinion on the Vidavon steering system for the, I'm loving it, made a giant, John C. Vidavon steering system. How tight did you tighten the spring up on that for your bell crank? Because I haven't messed with mine yet, but I'm going to, and I know that's going to have to be tightened up. That's two-wheel drive. I don't really want a two-wheel drive. Around 500, so it's a little bit over. Brushless LCG 543 for the Ultimate. I think it has the newest chassis. Yeah, if I get one, it's going to be, you know, the best model that they've got, just because you get like, well, this is the best that Arma has, right? The VXL, or the Arma Senton 3S, this is the best that they've got, right? At this point in time. So if I was to do a Traxxas Slash versus this, I would have to have the best Traxxas Slash has to offer, right? So RC Daily, I agree. I RC almost every day. Now, if you're talking RC as in like if you're wrenching on something part of every day, then I do it at least 12 days a week. Which tire is probably recommend for the Max? The Badlands or Trenchers? Chris, I would probably go with the Badlands. The Trenchers that I've had when it comes to X-Max and stuff like that, they expand so bad. However, I haven't had the belted versions. So I'm not sure if the belted versions will be that much better or not. Now, as far as the Trenchers go in the crawler world, a whole different ballgame, I like them. But I don't have any Trenchers for anything fast right now. Okay, I kind of figured you did. I was messing with mine because I've actually got the whole install video done and all that. But yeah, I was just messing with it a little bit. And yeah, it works great. But I think it needs a much stronger spring. Just a much stronger spring. My opinion, what's the most durable 6S bash truck out there? That's a good question. I don't really want to say the Arma because they have their diff issues. The Traxxas Sledge, it's got ring and pinion and spur gear issues because of the metal that they chose. Heck, I don't know, man. I guess I'll stop by and talk to you tomorrow, but I know some of these guys will be down here. Let me be commenting. Yeah, if you're including wrenching, then yeah. Man, 6S bass truck. Heck, E-Revo 2.0 is pretty good. I don't know, man. It's kind of tough on that one. Because 6S can really put a stress on those drive lines. LP trims on my max. So the LP are the belted ones, addicted. The max 10 SCT come on ultimate slash and it rips. Yeah, see, I would have to run, if I was going to run, you know, like the slash and all that. I mean, I'm finding most of these brushless systems are actually plenty good for me. But the Traxxas, I have to see. I need to get out to the Exoplex. Finish my Techno Truggy. Proline Badlands. Proline Badlands, like the older version Badlands. Not like the new heavy ones. The older version Badlands. Those should get you in there, man. Yeah. If the track the track is sand, so it gets real loamy. So you're really going to have to, there's a lot of sliding involved. But anyway, Chuck, come on out, man. That would be awesome. Tyke Busby. Yes, I am getting a TRX-M. I'll get one as soon as I can. And by the way it's looking, it's going to be the same time everybody else. I don't know what to tell you guys. I've been trying to get on their early list like all the cool YouTube channels are, but I just don't get that list. I'm not on those lists. Mike, yeah. Ken, what's up with the new SCX6? Ken, as far as I know, it's the same SCX6 with a new body. Wouldn't you eventually have to go aftermarket third party to upgrade at a certain point with Traxxas versus Arma competition? Well, if I kept all the stock components, then we could just run them like that, you know, and go with it. When it comes to tires and wheels, I believe there's a 12mm hex conversion for this, which I would have to do that and say I wanted to match the wheels and tires up between the two. But see now, Justin, I have an EXV Creighton, and it's fast. It runs great, but I'm always kind of concerned about those diffs, which is kind of, you know, normal. The laser nut. Yeah, you don't want to mess with a laser nut. They're just low profile. Okay. Well, if they're holding up good, then that's good to know, because the ones I saw for like the other trucks and the 6S, I guess this was maybe a year ago or two, and on the X-Max, they just expand so bad, so much heat, wear and tear, breakage. Reliability. Now, Epic RC, if you're racing, like legit racing, then heck, man, you're talking Tekin. I always raced with Castle stuff. I just like the feel of the Castle ESCs, Castle motors, and stuff like that. But I did also have the Tekin motors with the Castle ESCs. I just like my Castle stuff. I'm not sure why, but it's kind of my thing. You should. You're up there in the RC world. Tyke, I would think I'm well enough established, right, to get on some of those early lists, but I don't get there. Team effort, if you're going to run spikes, get like the larger version of the spikes, not the real small ones. Because, I mean, that sand, it's almost like water. You got to move the water to get going forward. And you almost got to move the sand to go forward. But from what I can tell, sand paddles are actually slower. I think because there's just so much drag of the sand paddle themselves. Bust nut. I am halfway there, aren't I? I got a long way to go, though. Long way to go. Multiple backflips. I had an X-Max. It was one of the ones stolen. So after I get another one, which should I get? SBR2 or a house had SBR1 stolen, but never had a DBX LE. Well, if you're going to replace your X-Max, and since you've already had the SBR1, the SBR2 is basically the same thing. It's just a little bit longer. Since you haven't had the DBXLE, give that a shot. They're about the same price, right? Maybe. Kind of, sort of. What's the wheelbase on the Mojave? Honestly, I don't know what the wheelbase is. I think it's somewhere around 17 or 18. Yeah, the full spikes. Oh yeah, the Max 10. I believe this is a Max 10. Their version of it, isn't it? Christopher Daniels. Hey, buddy. The wheelbase on the Fire Team. Honestly, I don't know. I haven't checked. I believe it's probably somewhere around 14 or 15, though. Now, Jay-Z's RC talking about Hobby Wing. Dude, they are really, really stepping it up. And I was asked, maybe it was last Tuesday, I was asked about it, about the Max 5s and Max 6s. You know, those are some really solid but very old ESCs, old tech by today's standards. I'm expecting some new ones. I'm expecting some new censored Gen 2s, just like what we've got, you know, with the Max 4, big old censored 560 kV motor. How awesome is that? Then you got the Max 8 Gen 2, which is phenomenal. I mean, awesome. I actually bought an extra Gen 2 Max 8 2250. It's literally sitting in the closet waiting for who knows what project, just so I'd have it when I needed it. You know, that's how much I'm liking the new Hobby Wing stuff. And just a couple years ago, I was a diehard Castle guy. If it wasn't Castle, I didn't want to mess with it. But man, Hobby Wing has really stepped it up. Big time. Really, they have. BRXL won't take for us. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so what is it? I guess it's a BLX 100. Let me see. I gotta go. All right, bust nut. Later, bust nut. One more question. Sledge or the DBXLE? Well, the Sledge and the DBXLE are two very, very different vehicles. The DBXLE is the size of a 1/8 truggy that's kind of beefy, kind of heavy. The spur gear and axle gears are your #1 issue with that truck. Other than that, it seems to be pretty solid. DBXLE, man, $1,200, and you honestly need to get the bulkheads front and back, because the plastic bulkheads that they have in there isn't really enough to hold the pinion gear in place on the spur gear when you're really getting on it with the electric motor. Either in the air hitting the brakes, I was having skipping issues with mine, or on the ground I was having skipping issues. I put the Vitavon bulkheads in and no more skipping issues. When I did the bulkheads, the front one for sure, I could actually see on the ring gear where the pinion gear was skipping. And that's because of the flex of the bulkhead that's in it. It's just really a badly designed plastic bulkhead that comes in the thing, and it's not rated to handle the 8S, much less 12S or whatever we're throwing at them now, right? But yeah, you gotta hold that pinion gear in place. That made a world of difference for me. So I highly recommend it. Even if you get the other ones that go into the same housing and all that, the metal cases, that's fine. Just get some kind of metal case to hold those diffs together, and you'll be happy. Big difference. Yep, they're on their way. Yeah, you ordered 3 wheel nuts and a bind plug, didn't you? RC Daily. Oh boy, oh boy. Well, so let me see. Looks like we might wind this one down at 1 hour. Let me see, what else was that? There's something else I wanted to show you guys. Can't think what it was. I showed you guys the crawler that I'm working on with the Amazon chassis, the little forward mount deal right there. I got the steering bars ordered for the Element front end. It has a 10.3 rear end on it. So I'm not sure exactly how much I'm going to have to overdrive the back here, but it's nice and easy in the portals. And when I get done with this one, I'm really thinking about getting the actual chassis, the high-low chassis, and building that. However, I'm thinking about doing that one a little bit differently because it's got so much overdrive on it. With like this right here, I want to use a TRX4 rear end, the rear axle out of a TRX6 to be exact. That way the rotations are right, and I use the offset axial front end. That way the drive shaft isn't so close to the motor. You guys can see that it is pretty darn close to the motor. Got a short can Holmes revolver in here, snub nose. So that would align the drive shaft up a little bit better. But I got to get steering on the axle. I don't want CMS or any of that, so I'd have to figure that one out. But regardless of all that, yeah, that's what I'm thinking about doing on the next one. Don't know yet. We'll have to see. I like the way this is going together, though. Just piece by piece, I got to come up with something for this 14-inch rear drive shaft. Gotcha. Yep, 10.3 housings. We'll get them. To 3-gear transmission. Man, dude, Jim's Hobbies, absolutely. Dude, I love my 10.3 with that. I've got the Element transmission in mind, the Stealth X, I believe it is. Dude, phenomenal transmission. Such a nicer truck. And really, the base camp comes with their version of that. I mean, really, if you guys look at the base camp, the way the layout is, it's basically the same thing that we did, which I thought is pretty darn awesome. Make a super heavy crawler to compare with the super light. I've done the super heavy crawlers. In all honesty, the only place where a super heavy crawler is going to beat a super light crawler when they're both set up as best they can is in a tug of war. Other than that, I take the super light all day long. Oh, Nick, yeah, this is, I haven't posted anything on this yet because I'm just kind of taking my time with it as far as putting it together. But I can post this as a community post if you guys want a link to it. But you get the chassis, you get their transmission, which seems to be okay. Not too bad. I'm not sure what the ratio is. I thought I saw somebody said that the ratio in the transmission and all was a little bit fast. So I'm not sure where I'm going to end up with this. It's got a 9-tooth pinion gear on it that comes with the thing. But anyway, I'm not sure where I'm going to end up with that yet, but who knows? I don't yet. Sorry, I had the raccoons show up for dinner. All right, raccoons. I have an Axial bomber with gearing, 32 pitch, 64 spur, 12-tooth pinion. I can go 13 to 14. Yeah, Thomas. You should be able to bump it up to 14 without too much of an issue. Addicted, Settlers. What chassis work with Traxxas two-wheel drive transmission? Team effort, you'll probably have to get creative with that, in all honesty. You'll probably have to get creative with a two-wheel drive transmission. I've often wanted to do that as well, but, you know, they have a differential in there, and my thoughts were to earplug that differential up to where it still moves a little bit, which would actually give you a push, but a variable dig action. Kind of an idea. I did something many years ago with an Offna LX2E. I converted that to a crawler and actually had a Summit body on this thing. And believe it or not, that actually worked. It had a center diff in it. I forget what I put in it at the time. It was million weight or something like that. This was a few years ago, about maybe 4 or 5 years ago, maybe 6. So technology was different back then. But the darn thing did work. But considering it was a buggy on the rocks, yeah, that chassis didn't like it. It slid over everything, but it also landed on everything. Jay-Z, see, that's kind of what I'm thinking I'm going to have to do. And I found the full Wild Boar 8 drive shaft set on A-Main for about 60 bucks. I may just go with that, in all honesty. I may go with that. Thanks, Brian. I appreciate it. All right, Justin. Catch you later, buddy. Could you make the front links longer to get the drive shaft in better shape? Yeah, but the thing is, the way this is designed is the transmission is all supposed to be up front. And what I'm liking is there's not much back here to catch on. You know, once you get the front up, this right here is just about there. Plus, you got a natural bias up front. I mean, granted, right now I've got these are stainless links right back here off of, I believe, a Rift is what they're off of, in all honesty. So they add a little bit more weight than what I want right here. But I don't know yet. We'll have to see how it turns out. I got more of these DriveTech shocks ordered too. Now, I actually ordered a color. Ordered them in gold. Hello, RC. I am a Ford guy, but I've also owned a Suburban. And there's nothing like seeing a Suburban on 44-inch boggers. Big old straight axle, like the older versions. But man, I do want the new Cheyenne. I want the red one. I just, I don't have a use for it other than to put the Rift boggers on it and call it a day, you know? All right, guy. Catch you later, buddy. Yeah, the Dirty South chassis is nice. Do I have a single speed or two speed? When it comes to, this is for B Flinch. When it comes to crawling, like say competition and all that, I would prefer a properly geared single speed. Just for less weight in the chassis and all that. Now for trail work and all that, I would prefer the two speed. Like a TRX4 because it's got a nice wide ratio. In second gear, it'll move as quick as you can run. I mean, all day long. And then first gear is like, I believe it's around 60 to 1. So it's got a great crawler gear in that thing as well. But for crawling, pretty much all mine are single speed. Unless it still has a factory 2-speed in it that came from it, you know. Later, J4. Yeah, see, that's what I'm thinking, RC Daily. And I believe if I could do some digging, I could shorten them up a little bit more, but then you're going to have drive shaft plunge issues. And there's quite a bit of drive shaft plunge, so I got to be careful that the splines don't pull out. Get that. Make sure that the splines don't pull out. What I may do is add a little bit of foam inside. That way, as it drops out, it'll actually, you know, kind of center itself. Because under full compression, they're right almost touching. It's almost in the bind, but not quite. So, and as far as what length of links they are, I just dug through my link bin and came up with stuff. That's all I did. So all I can do is measure them. Best light kit. It needs to be super waterproof. Turn it into a boat quite a lot. Neil Devine. I don't know what to tell you about lights. That's not really something I do a lot of. There are quite a few light kits out there, though. I don't know what to tell you on that one. The Fling Kings. Those would actually look pretty darn good on that truck. You are correct on that. Yeah, Jay-Z's RC. Yeah. Addicted RC. You are correct. That's it. I love the TRX6. Lights in the rain, in the dark. Lights in the rain of the. All right, sounds good to me. Need to get one more 3300. Yeah, I've got mine sitting over there. I'm gonna put in one of my TRX4s. I'm thinking about putting that into the Sportish. Man, that poor little Holmes motor is not dying yet, but I've been trying every time I run it. Yeah, this does have removable chubs and all that. I could rotate that a little bit. On this truck, it's got the DraftTech shocks on it. And I've ordered more. These are actually off the other truck. I was just kind of testing them, test fitting them. And I've got the offsets on the front. Now the offsets actually allow the shock to sit up higher, as in like the body, to get your compression. But what I like is that it moves the shock body forward, which actually can get you clearance for turning. So now granted, your load is from here to the eye, so it kind of has a side load effect on the shaft and all that. But as typically at the weight that we run these at, that's not an issue. Usually not an issue. Do you think a Superlight would be possible to two-wheel drive track-assist transmission? It's possible. I mean, that transmission isn't that much more heavier than the others out there. But you just have to be careful on everything else, you know? Oh, the big axial Jeep. Yep, it's on the shelf. Yeah, I still got it. What's up, Dylan? I want to put something in my tracks, just not sure what yet. Man, a 2-speed transmission in the tracks would be awesome. It really would. Would that work on a Capra? The DraftTech shocks? I'm sure they would. I don't know that you would need the offset top cap, though, for the Capra. The real one. The one real Danny B. All right, buddy. Thank you. I appreciate that. I need a set of Losi D&D Patty tires. I guess you're talking about the paddle tires. You put paddles on the DBXLE and do not get behind that thing. It's awesome. So it looks like we're about to wrap this up, huh? Dylan. I don't have one yet, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely looking forward to it. It looks like it's got some nice features. It's got, you can change the gear ratios in the transmission to get more speed out of it, to get more crawl, all of that stuff. So I believe it's got a 180 size motor. So ESC, receiver, all that's kind of made into one, which kind of seems like where a lot of them are going now. Axial's doing it. Now Traxxas is doing it. So I'm sure we'll be swapping out motors, ESCs, all that stuff, and building crazy. I mean, hey, look at what you can do with an SCX24 at this point in time. It's crazy what you can do with a 24 platform. He's all right. Mr. Cataract. I almost drove it the other day, but I ended up putting it back on the shelf. I don't know why. I think I wanted to do a tire test with it, but the hubs, I didn't want to drill the wheels. Bob Rocks. Awesome, man. Thank you, buddy. Craig Engelman, are we live? As far as I know. There's a delay in you guys commenting and me seeing it, but, you know. RC Daily, have some stuff to send your way. Okay. Dylan Narkowitz, see you at UST. Yes, sir. Thomas Gordon, is the Plex open this weekend? Yes. David is going to open up the Exoplex. I'll be in Lake City at a crawler comp. So this Sunday starts as our warm-up event for the Winter Series competition for crawlers. Now, although I did retire from competition crawling, I'm still competing, except I don't have any pressure to win now. So I'm going to run several different trucks and all that. I want to run this when I get this put together. I'm going to run Exo 2 or Exo 1. Sorry about that. I don't know. I might run SV2. May run super light. Who knows? Good old SV1. I'm just going to have fun at this point. Any boats in the fleet? Yes, I've got 2 or 3 boats. Yep, one is the Pro boat. It's been so long since I've driven the boat. Like the Shockwave, or anyways, it's the one that flips over, it comes back over. Right. See, now, as far as the rear locking diff goes, what I'm thinking about if I do with the other chassis with the TRX is actually have a selectable diff back here. With the overdrive on some of these, like this one right here, probably will do the same thing. When you go into reverse, the front pushing just really jacks the back bad. So, and that's because of the gear ratios. Now, going forward is a whole nother story. It runs great. But I'm thinking, if I have an open diff in the back and I'm trying to back up, it would kind of take some of that jacking away from it, you know, and allow the axle to do what it's supposed to do, which is stay on the ground. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Butter. Where's the 24th? My 24 scales are on the shelf, and the 18th scale, I'm going to have to buy it when I can from Traxxas. What do you guys think of the Power Hobby tires? The Armor tires and the Defenders. In my opinion, the tires have a lot of potential, but those foams are just too stiff. So I'm going to try to get with Three Brothers RC and get the single stage anti-foams, which I think they need. I think the carcass might be just really thick, and that's kind of making the foams appear to be way too stiff as well. Dylan, I just get whatever the Losi 2-ounce bottles are. That's what most of my stuff is. Team Corley has some oil and all that, but you'll find the Losi just about everywhere. Yeah, Team Effort, do you run the 2-stage foams in them? And how are they doing? Have they broke in? Have they got softer? Or are they still kind of stiff, or what? Either slip tracks us off. So Pam one they fixed. I'm not sure what's out. And Tuss should have a showdown there. Man, Nick Daniels, I can tell you right now, the Power Hobby tires and the Tusks, I haven't been able to get the foams right in the Power Hobby tires. As they sit right now, the Tusks will probably walk all over them, in all honesty, just because they can form and they do what they're supposed to. They're not too stiff. So, just my thoughts. I mean, these right here are the Tusks right here, and these work absolutely awesome. So, I think the Tusks would pretty much eat their lunch at this point in time. Okay, so it is like the tire itself, the carcass of the tire. So I'm going to try to get some single stage anti-foams, which are pretty darn soft, you know, so try to get those in there, see if I can make them work a little bit better. Well, we're about to leave the heat, thank goodness. So, yeah. Well, I can tell you what, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up. We're going to wrap it up in about 6 minutes. 8:15, we're going to wrap this one up. So, anyways, so you guys go ahead and hit me real quick. Uh-oh, what did I say? Now, I did do a tire test between the two Power Hobby tires, and I'll be on how far I'm out from UST, about maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours. And believe it or not, I had driving them, one set of those tires was just way better than the others. But when I went over the video to edit, they came up even. I don't know how that happens. How far am I? Always had to re-glue Power Hobby tires. Wait, on bashers. Yeah, my X-Max tires. I think that's maybe the chrome plating on the wheels was coming off and just allowing the glue to come up. However, the video I've got to send to you guys now as channel members, they stayed on. They done good. Granted, I did re-glue them, but yeah, they actually stayed on. Christian Huff, what's up, man? RC Daily. Going to wrap this up in about 4 minutes. This way I can get on to another editing job I got to take care of. I also need to do something. There's something I need to put together. Tires off of my Exo1. These VXT tires, they're good too. Vanquish VXT2 tires. Those are pretty good. These are the ones I want to compete with. So, yeah, they're nice. Made it in time to say goodnight. All right, Brian. Yeah, buddy. Chainsaw. Yeah, you really just got here, didn't you? Yeah. Christian Huff. What's the best motor to run in the RR10? Man, I like the Castle Mamba X and the 3800 kV when I had mine. I see every other week. Yeah, the Castle Mamba X and 3800 made mine run good. Now, if you don't want to spend the money, you could do. You could possibly get by with some brush stuff like a maybe the 8-turn Crawlmaster, Crawlmaster Sport and the 1080. You know, that might be a cheap brushed alternative. Guy running ball bearings as wheels on an X-Max. Well, that's interesting. I sent him to change over my Flash Guy GT5. Well, that worked. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do on here. Put a GT5 on this. 12-turn brush. Okay. Well, 12-turn brush should move that thing pretty good, Christian. It'll just burn up. What editor do I use? I use iMovie on my iPhone. Yep. That's what I use. That's how I edit my videos. And when I'm doing the times for the laps, what I do is that line, as I go over, I just cut the video there. Then as I go back around, I cut the video there again. And whatever length that time is, that's how I get my lap times. Yeah, really the Bomber needs brushless just for the durability aspect of it, you know. And if you're not trying to crawl with it, you're just messing around, you can probably get by fine with something real cheap off of Amazon, you know. So I'd still probably stay somewhere in the 24 to 25 range. Oh, you're in the mud. Okay, yeah, you're gonna tear everything up, buddy. Yeah, you're just gonna tear everything up repeatedly. Can I get poisoned by your tacos? I don't know. My girlfriend at the time, which is now my wife, she actually survived it. So, but I thought they were pretty good. I mean, a little bit of beef, some onions, and a soft shell taco kind of wrapped up like a weird looking burrito. I thought it was good. Master XH on Vitamizer like them. Yeah, Addicted. Those are a lightweight tire and they don't really expand very much. In my opinion, they worked way better on my DBXLE until I blew 2 of them up. So I literally was raising saying, you guys saw the video, and just literally just busted both the front ones right at the seam where the belts go together. It just came right apart. Team effort. I always fully cook everything. Believe me, always fully cook everything. I don't do raw meat. Ugh. Sushi, ugh. Those nasty oysters, ugh, never. But yeah, I always cook everything. But all right, guys. So we're going to go ahead and wrap this up here so I can go ahead. Actually, the GT5 thing is actually what I wanted to do here. Now, the Duratrax hatchets. Now, do those hold up or do they come loose? I've had the Duratraxes come loose. Had to re-glue them a few times. Do you have a favorite crawler, foam, or insert? Yeah, take your pick. Three Brothers RC or the squid inserts. I think the squid inserts are a little bit softer on the outer second stage part. They allow a little bit more side shift at the tread. The Three Brothers RC may be a little bit stiffer, but there's much less side shift out at the tread where it's at, out at the end. But I mean, they both work great, so take your pick. All right, guys. There's only one thing that I eat raw, and it's not sushi. But anyway, guys, I'm going to catch you all later. Going to wrap this up. Going to go ahead and put my GT5 into this. And I guess get it ready to drive. Maybe tomorrow will be the day, since I think the weather's supposed to be nice. 3S, maybe get some lap times, maybe set a SET track record. No raw eggs, no. Anyway, all right, guys, I'll catch y'all later. I'm not going to go any further on team effort here. All right, guys, you guys have been awesome. Thank you guys so much. We are about to wrap this one up. See you guys hopefully next Tuesday. Oh, my God. All right, yeah. JD. Catch y'all later.